Good morning. It is just coming up on 8 o'clock. I'm giving everyone a moment to get themselves ready. I don't know who will be on this morning, but this will be recorded, so it will be available all day, and there will be these same things, these same meditations today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, and then Saturday morning. So we are going through the Gospel of Mark. I decided this morning to be in front of this beautiful blooming tree to give us a little bit of a spring feel, and I'll get just a little closer so you can see the leaves a little bit better. This morning I'm going to be reading from Mark chapter 11, verses 12 through 19. Mark has done an incredible job of actually giving us almost a feel of that last week. He has pretty much have stories and events that take place over that time period that seem to put us into a place of kind of events that happen on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then as we get ready for the Easter morning experience. The danger of being outside, of course, there's always going to be background noises, but I think we can make that work. So I'm just waiting one more moment just to see if anyone else comes on. I think there's going to be a few people coming on, and it'd be great to have you send a comment for greeting. It's great to see you. I see a few people coming on board. Since we only have 5 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and get started. Again, I'm reading from Mark chapter 11, verses 12 through 19. On the following day, when they came from Bethany, Jesus was hungry. Seeing in the distance a fig tree in leaf, he went to see whether perhaps he would find anything on it. When he came to it, he found nothing but leaves, for it was not the season for figs. He said to it, "May no one ever eat fruit from you again." And his disciples heard it. Then they came to Jerusalem, and he entered the temple and began to drive out those who were selling and those who were buying in the temple. And he overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he would not allow anyone to carry anything through the temple. He was teaching and saying, "Is it not written, 'My house shall be called a house of prayer for all the nations'? But you have made it a den of robbers." And when the chief priests and the scribes heard it, they kept looking for a way to kill him, for they were afraid of him, because the whole crowd was spellbound by his teaching. And when evening came, Jesus and his disciples went out of the city. This event, what we have always known as Jesus in the temple, and when he overturned the tables, when he created this stir inside the temple. It's always interesting to note that the temple was a much different place than we think. We're not talking about the center of the temple. We're talking about the outskirts of the temple, of great buildings and structures that were put up by Herod and others to not only appease the Romans, but to make sure that there was actually a place where there was a tower that had an eagle on it that was in recognition of the Roman power and the Roman emperor. It's really clear that this is a kind of a mirage, if you will, or a mirroring of what happened previously when the original temple was also the place of collaboration, and there was a great deal of worry, at least amongst the prophets, that they were not doing what God had called them to do. In fact, the words that Jesus uses actually echo that of the prophet Jeremiah, who actually called the temple a den of robbers. So we are seeing today, and for this week and this Holy Week, a challenge. That challenge is, what are the temples in our life? Where are the temples that we are holding on to or using and maybe giving away lots that we really shouldn't, giving away parts of ourselves that we really shouldn't? What does that mean for us? And so we are bringing ourselves today into seeing Jesus teaching with authority. And he is sharing something very important. He is saying, this is what is intended, this is what it has become. As we reflect on those words, let us go to God in prayer. Oh God, be with us in this time. Be with us today and tomorrow and the rest of the week as we look at all of the things that we see in you that are intended and all of the things that we have changed or allowed to be changed that we may not see you purely, to see your love in ways that we need to see. As Jesus helped to show us the correct way, help us to find your way. Be with our hearts and minds on this morning and every morning as we gather together. In the name and love of Jesus the Christ. Amen. Yes, this is a very interesting turn of events. Jesus first comes in like a king, and now he is already acting like a prophet. And he is also sharing something very important to us. So study on Mark 11, 12 through 19 today. Maybe say a moment of prayer, maybe ponder what that might look like for all who are engaged. Again, this will be recorded, and this will be available on Elon, on our Elon page all day, and it may also be available on YouTube and other places. Thank you all for joining and beginning your day in a Lenten Holy Week fashion. Take care, everybody.